Well, y'all, what a night.
What a weekend.
Cold,
Yes.
damp, a little bit of a breeze. Did not dampen the spirits of the Jacksonville High Cardinals.
Mm-mm.
The fans, not even one little bit. We came out in force. We came out in force. We stayed, most all of us, until the clock ran out. The outcome was almost inevitable at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But what was going on, neither the team on the field, nor the backups in the stands, nor the cheerleaders on the sidelines, not a nary one of us gave up. We were waiting. If our boys were going to play their hearts out, we were going to help them the best we could. Final score after a hard fought battle, Middle Creek High 31. Congratulations to them. The Cardinals of Jacksonville High 21. And we still had a better record for the season than the Myrtle Creek Mustangs.
It changes every time.
I can't find watch it myself.
You've given them so many names.
What it is, Middle Creek Mustangs, right?
You just said Myrtle Creek.
Whatever.
I know you just making fun of me. That's all because I kept calling them Miller.
It was determination from beginning to end, and this morning we'll talk about that final game of the season for the Jacksonville Cardinals, which puts Jacksonville the runner-up in the 6A division. You'll explain all of that to us when we get there. Good morning, all y'all. It's Monday. I'm Rayford Brown. It's Julie.
And I am proud as a peacock of the Cardinal fans, Chris Marks.
And I love the Cardinals. I love my Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to
Go
all
Cards.
the fans.
Go Cards.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows.
Yeah.
Wow. Yay.
Well, the season is ended, but guess what? There are approximately, not that I'm counting, 249 days until the Cardinals return to the Bobby Simpson Field at Cardinal Stadium in 2026. And the Lord willing, we'll be right there with them next year. If I could have a wish granted, every seat in the stands would be sold for every game.
Yep.
We'll talk about all the game and the highlights and the stuff and the whole season. And you know, it was cool. It was just flat cool year. And we did not miss nary a second of this year's games.
No, we did not.
We were. It was fun. It was just flat fun to be there. First, though, we got a little bit of news we got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
News, by its very nature, is often not good. That's just the nature of being news. In India, at least 25 people are dead. It's a tourist night spot in Arpora, I think is the pronunciation. That's in a coastal state near, not very far from the sea. Happened at a nightclub, spread rapidly through the club, where it's estimated that as many as 100 people were on a crowded dance floor at the same time when the fire broke out. Recently, they've decided that it was probably caused by fireworks. Police initially thought the fire was caused by some sort of a cylinder that they found at the scene. Two tourists said a lot of fireworks had been ignited at one point during the dancing, and they were sure the final report started from the fireworks. Really? How many times has this happened in nightclubs? With bands, with fans, with promoters just tried to stir up the crowd, I guess. I don't know. Who thinks it's a good idea to bring explosives? Firecrackers are just that. They are explosives. And some of them get out of control. They get to be very large into a crowded room. The resulting fire in this case caused panic. And there was what folks in the club described as a stampede as people were trying to get out.
Horrible.
The stampede resulted in blocked exits. Police are investigating today. Yesterday they were investigating. They'll continue their investigation today into just what other infractions there were that resulted in the murders of 25 people. A half dozen others were hurt. What would you do? Fireworks are there. Fire starts. You've been on dance floors. I know you've been in crowded bars and clubs and stuff. And you stay and you're there. And what happens when something like that happens? You can't see.
Mm-mm.
I don't know whether you've been to other cities and to places like that, but quite often they're in basements or in the attics or way on second story or third floor, way up. What do you do? Those stairways leading up and down So those places are very narrow by nature. It's almost like one person, one-way traffic. What would you do? Why would when you looking back at our youth, we're lucky to be here.
We are. We've had lots of clubs here in Jacksonville and Onslow County that we all probably frequented at one time or another. Don't remember any that use pyrotechnics.
No, I don't remember any either.
Well, if they're in
I
the city
remember-
limits of Jacksonville, they would have been absolutely frowned upon.
Yeah.
I remember when I was at high school age, our favorite place to go was Dobby's. You remember
yeah.
Dobby's?
Oh yeah.
And
Dobby's.
it had an upstairs also,
Yeah.
that balcony that overlooked the dance floor too. And
At the high
thoughts
school age,
about
how did
that.
they even let you in?
We went in. We didn't drink, but we were
Mhm.
allowed in.
Yeah, but a lot of underage drinking when that happens, right?
Well-
I would not know. We went there to dance. We went there to dance.
TJ's.
Yes,
Yeah.
bands, DJs, and then there was the Tiki House,
Tiki,
The Tiki.
Club.
the Tiki
Tiki
Club. That's right,
um,
Tiki Club.
Spent many nights entertaining there, but we never used pyrotechnics.
Right. right.
I don't
That's
know that we ever.
firecrackers for some of y'all.
Yeah, I don't know
Mhm.
if we. I don't think anyone around here has ever
I,
done
during 6 years where I worked that kind of stuff
Yeah.
in Jacksonville, we never had any calls about
it.
it. We had reports of fireworks outside from time to time. In fact, I almost shot a guy one night. Then arrested him.
I think the closest I see on it is with WWE. They do it a lot, but
Yes.
they have very well trained people running those.
Everything works until it doesn't.
Well, look what happened to Michael Jackson. Got his hair burnt one
yeah.
night on stage from.
He's not the only one that had that happen. Some
Pirate-
comedian had that happen too one
Yes.
time.
Richard Pryor.
That's who it was.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Very good, Chris. Yes, I remember that
So
too.
they're,
but I
you know, of course, that had a lot of grease and stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
all that hairspray. Poof.
That's
Very
just
tragic.
alcohol based.
Yeah.
Very tragic, but you're right.
Ugh.
You're going to panic.
You are going to
could-
panic in a fire. Everybody panics.
Sure. You're going to want to try and get
Absolutely.
out, and
You'll
sure.
claw your way out over other people.
yeah,
Look at the World Trade Center. They
Yeah.
jumped from. They did
They
not want to burn
No.
to death. They
They
knew they
jumped
were
out
not
the
going to
window.
live dropping, 1,000 feet.
Oh gosh, that's always been my biggest fear is driving off a bridge into the ocean and dying by a
I
fire.
remember in the 80s, about 84, it was fishing pier. Wasn't it Paradise Pier? One of the fishing piers. People were out fishing in the nighttime, and the pier caught on fire up near the shore. So
believe it was
and it was
Paradise.
burning out towards the ocean where
Ooh.
people were, and like, okay, towboat, can you come get me? No, it's not going to
Right.
happen.
Oh my, not fast enough anyway.
Good thing the water was warm, and people could swim.
Then I'd be
Because a lot of people jumped off that pier. It was only 25, 30 feet from the water.
then looking for their sharks swimming around you.
and you're not dressed for it. And then
Yeah.
who would? The reason I mentioned that yesterday morning at church, we were having fellowship afterwards, and a fireman by his lifetime was a fireman, and he was explaining to his wife why he wore cotton shirts, cotton pants, and shoes that if you have to get off of a plane and you're in the water, you don't have any issues.
Heavy wool
Yeah.
soaks up a lot of water
Yeah.
really fast.
Yeah.
It makes you really heavy. You sink with water.
Yeah. So but in this
What you need to
incident-
do is wear a wetsuit on an airplane underneath your clothes.
it's tragic that it happened, and I don't know why bands feel they need that. If you're a good band, you don't need all that.
If you're a bad band,
Start stripping
find a stripper. and
Find a
you
stripper.
Do something
or a
else.
pole.
Yeah. But don't go setting off boom booms, because there's not a one of you out there smart enough to do that and
No.
know what you're doing. Nobody. Yeah.
Right.
Those so-called experts, they're experts when they go outside.
Mhm.
and they're under controlled conditions, like those that handle the fireworks displays. They're paid,
Mhm.
they're trained,
Yeah.
and they do everything, including testing the humidity and the wind direction and the angles that this stuff is going to go off, where any embers are going to fall. Of course, any gust of wind that do punch up those embers when they're coming down can be very hot.
Yes, they can.
And some did a drift down in New Hanover. One, I forgot where beach it was, but they did and got one young woman burned, girl, but she had severe burns. But they train for this kind of stuff. There's
that's what-
lots of certification involved.
That's what bothered me about this past 4th of July, because we were in a severe drought for most of the year. And people in my neighborhood, which I'm sure yours, were shooting off fireworks. And
They're well
some
trained too,
of
aren't they?
them were not the legal type. And I'm just praying, please don't land in the woods behind my house. Please don't land there, because it would have just gone up like crazy.
Uh-huh.
Thomas is right. I do stand corrected. Richard Pryor's was a crack pipe.
Was this a crack pipe?
Yeah, I saw
Well,
that. And I was like,
when he caught himself on fire and he burned most of the skin on his body. I don't remember the
did the
degree of
crack
it.
pipe, what happened? Did it blow up?
They're just hot.
I honestly, I don't remember the whole, but Thomas is right. I do remember it was. So was Richard smoking crack. But anyway, it's a sad, tragic incident in India, and we're sorry to hear about it.
Freebasing.
It is. Yeah, they said things like that about Nelson too, Ricky Nelson, but that wasn't.
Yeah.
That was proven to be wrong information. So, anyway, well, everything good with you guys? Everything else all right?
Yeah, it was. I got through the weekend.
I just want to once again say the crowd Saturday night, because the game got moved. Again, nobody has figured out why. I did hear a couple of stories, and I heard it more than once, so it had to have some validity to it. It had to do with Middle Creek and their buses. They couldn't get
We
buses.
could have gone and gotten them.
They ended up with charter buses, because I talked to some of the
For Saturday night, they had.
they had charter
Really?
buses. Yeah.
Oh,
And
no wonder my roadblocks didn't stop them.
Well, I asked one of the guys, Middle Creek, as he was going up the stairs. I said, "Did y'all have a good trip here?" He said, "Yeah, we stopped at a rest area about 1:00 and rested." And I'm like, "You're only 2 hours away."
And they got some food, and I forgot what he said they had. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A, that's right. And I'm like, "Well, you're only 2.5 hours away.
yeah.
You had to stop at the rest stop." Well, I'm not judging.
But what was
I
so
wouldn't probably no women on that bus, right?
Well, I don't know. It was
That's
Chick-fil-A.
every 30 minutes. Am I right or right?
yeah. but the crowd, the way our crowd, our fans acted, third down. I mean,
Oh, you didn't have to say it. You said third down, and there they go.
They
You know what to do.
There comes that horn
Yeah.
that you gave that lady last week.
The
She
horn
was enjoying it.
the fans were yelling defense. I mean, because usually in the plexiglass we can't,
You can't hear it. You can hear
But I heard
Well, my
all
brother
of that.
behind me started all that. He'd start going, defense,
it. Oh, yeah.
defense.
And everybody picked on it.
Yes.
And to a T, the fans did not give up. The cheerleaders did not give up. The
No.
band did not give up. The Cardinal Crazies. It was so wonderful to see the fans stay with the team, even
Yes.
to receive the second place trophy.
Did you see the photo of the last of the after the game, and when all
Yes.
the fans were on the they didn't go home
No,
after it was all over with. Our people were out there on the field. I got proof of it.
I will tell you, we met a lot of people this year, and we have a lot of new
Oh, we
friends.
certainly do.
We have a group that right along with us. We were at every single game, even the away games, and this one particular group was right there.
Yeah.
We made so many friends. We get hugs now when we go.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody hugs each other.
Well, one of our fans, when you were playing, what's the song? The country song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And I felt this
Oh,
woman
yeah,
come
she
up
started
behind me and she
dancing,
grabbed my
yes.
arm. And of course, I can't get up there in those stands and dance. That would have
Yeah.
been disastrous for all of us rolling down. And
She was
reaching-
clogging.
But she was getting it on.
I love her.
So that was fun.
The atmosphere in the game was so exciting, so electric.
It was.
And then talking to some people yesterday that were 2 miles away from Cardinal Stadium,
Shh.
and
There's
I heard
a
from
noise
more,
ordinance.
I heard it from more than one person. They heard everything.
Well, I have to tell you, I think
That's
this
the way
has
it's
been the
supposed
most
to be.
active year, and I think it actually started when you came in
It
to
did.
announce, because it got everybody involved in. Everyone became a part of it, and I do want to say that the camaraderie amongst the players,
Oh, absolutely.
the brotherly love amongst the players.
Mhm.
Has so impressed me this year. That's like when they go out on the field in the beginning to toss the coin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're
Arm in
all
arm.
interlocked, arm in arm. And from there on, and every time one, no matter what player it was, had, did something that was, crowd worthy, cheering and all that, the other players went up and they hugged them or they tapped them
Oh,
or
absolutely.
they picked them up. And it's just I was so impressed by these young men, by the way they showed so much respect for each other, even for the opposite team, for the other team.
Mhm.
It really warmed my heart. When we were leaving Saturday night,
Oh,
there
God,
was
here you
one
go.
young man. I know it tears me up because the love and the respect that our players show each other, it was just so tremendous.
The
I'm
passion
so
these
proud of them.
passion these players had, the one that you're talking about, he stopped with his dad was there, right?
He stopped and he was just bawling,
Yep.
and I wanted to throw my arms around him and say, honey, you might not have won tonight, but you won the whole year and you're in our hearts. And Cardinals, you are winners.
You're number one.
And you're number one.
Oh my
What a
gosh!
fantastic year.
And it
Yeah, it didn't end
wipe
the
the
way
tear
we-
coming down on that side.
And,
It just,
you know,
there was so much love, and I love seeing these young people
Oh, yeah.
the way they were, so much respect, so much love for each other. And there was one player, number 72, and I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
didn't know his name.
Okay.
He would get out there and just start revving up all
Oh,
his
yeah,
players.
absolutely.
And
He's cheering
all
from the
right.
field.
It was just so good. And that right there, the respect, and then the fans, the love from the fans for the Cardinals.
yeah.
It was an experience that I hope to repeat next year. It really warmed my heart.
I'll tell you, there was a cheerleader.
Get
I don't know whether
checked
she's been in other, I got to look
Oh.
for it in the other pictures, but
Mhm.
this year, this particular game, she had a couple of those cyber things, light sticks
Yeah.
or
Oh,
whatever they were.
yes, yes.
And she was stage left on the left hand end,
Yeah.
facing. And that girl could bounce. She was bouncing and jumping. Her hair was going up and coming down. Big hair coming up and down.
Mhm.
That girl did not stop hopping the
Right.
whole game. That was cool.
Well, the recognition of the cheerleaders, the
Mhm.
recognition
Yeah,
of the
always.
players, the recognition of the coaches, the recognition of everyone involved, and even the fans it was evident by, thank goodness we had such a good announcer that just recognized everybody
That's
constantly,
the thing.
which really put everybody in a group. I've never seen Cardinal Stadium so blended like I have this year.
Rocking.
And they were rocking. Oh, yeah.
Well,
They need to inspect the bleachers.
Well, we need to talk about
Yeah.
that because, normally I'm sitting up there with my camera and I will brace myself because I like to have as much depth. You photo guys will understand it. Depth of field depends upon the aperture of your camera. Okay, the more wide open it is, the shorter the depth of field, the less the depth of field. The depth of field being what the apparent focus is, where it looks sharp. But sometimes, and to do that, even with as high ASA setting as I use, even when I do that, I have to brace my camera, and shooting at 1/60th of a second with a 300 millimeter lens, it's still going to get a little bit of any motion will cause some vibration in the camera motion, blurriness in the picture, shall we say?
Right.
But when I have to drop down to a 100th or 180th of a second, those stands were rocking. I lose about 2/3 of the pictures that I'm shooting because they're too blurry to put up. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's okay. Y'all keep rocking. I'll just keep shooting until I get something. That's why sometimes I'll put it in go fast and I'm shooting 7.5 frames per second.
Yeah. Well, Lee, you mentioned mentioning the coaches, and it was interesting. One of this chain gang, who they get announced too.
Right. Everybody did. Yeah.
Bart Jones from Jones Funeral Home. He had texted me. He said, "I'm sick in bed,
Oh,
but the rest of the crew will be there." And the only one I really wish I could have had a chance to recognize was the little ball boy for the Cardinals. He's on it.
I do want to
Mr. Sewell?
No, it wasn't.
He did it earlier in the season.
Yeah. Now they told me that his son was on the chain gang.
Could have been.
But on the Cardinals sideline, who got the balls from the officials and stuff, never did catch that young man.
I just got a message from Chris Miller, and he said that he interviewed some of the players after the game.
Oh, God.
He said, "Where it's not fun being interviewed after a tough loss, they showed a lot of class and maturity." And
Good
Chris
for
put
them.
out a story the other night on the interview, and it made me actually tear up. And so I'll share it to our page later
that'd
if
be
you've
good.
not read it yet.
that'd
But
be
it talks
excellent.
about the brotherhood
Yeah.
of the Cardinals, and
You know,
it's
the one
really
thing
good.
that I did think about was the referees are wearing uniforms that looked a little bit like, prison uniforms, the stripes
Yeah.
and stuff. I was thinking that and the chain gang over there.
Oh,
Why do they call chain gang and prisoners?
yeah. Just one last quick.
Where are the guards? That would have been me.
That was you.
Glad I wasn't armed,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they always had to walk by you coming
They
up to
do.
you.
Oh, I ran.
Yeah, I know. I cringe every
I
time I
stopped one
comes
of
up
them.
the stairs.
I wish I had stopped him on the way back down.
You talk about the camaraderie and the teamship and how close they are.
Yeah.
When Jesse had the opening kickoff of the second half, and it got stripped from him.
Jesse James.
Yes, and he was I just could
was
tell.
sick.
I watched him on the
He
sideline,
was sick.
but every player to a T went to him, and,
Yes.
and
It can happen to anybody. Y'all.
Yeah.
That ball is wet. It's cold.
yeah.
Well, let me tell you
And you're
what,
psyched.
what I saw Saturday night, even though we lost, but the heart of the players was enough to make them state champions.
Oh, they
The
are
heart of the
champions.
players.
They are champions in our hearts. They're
Oh yeah,
champions.
well, they're champions on the board because I mean they're first, second place.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what I'm going to do next Friday night.
Well, and
That won't be a morning.
and hats
We got
off.
basketball coming
Once
up
again,
now.
yeah.
We got basketball now.
There's
Yes.
basketball. North Side, congratulations. Then they finished second, runner up.
Yep.
Yes, they
in
did.
the state.
Yes,
So,
they did.
Onslow County was well.
Two teams here.
Well, Onslow County was well represented.
It is.
And I just, once again, hats off and thank
To
you.
our school board and to our county commissioners.
Yes.
This is a hint. I'm not
Yes.
sure if I need to write it out, spell it out. They need to be recognized.
That's right. Well, yes, they better be recognized.
Yeah. But I think they will. And,
Oh, yeah.
Either that or Rayford's going to take them all out to dinner.
And
Fishing.
I got a chance to see Coach Williams when I got there before the game because he had something he wanted to hand me to make sure it got read, and I just said, by the way, thanks for letting me have the pleasure of doing this. It's been a lot of fun. So
Well, good for
It
you.
made a big difference.
What did he
Chris.
say?
nothing. He had his mind on the game, and I noticed he did not wear shorts during the game.
It was cold.
Yeah, he wore.
He must have heard us.
But,
No, he felt the cold.
It was
what he did.
quite an honor to come out of retirement and do that.
That draft for a little bit of that, that draft that was coming through.
Yes. Well, it stopped raining about the time we got there. It was still a little bit of a drizzle by the time we
Yeah, but it was still
got
cold.
everything. But then that wind kicked up.
Oh,
And I'm like, ooh.
yeah. I was dressed to the point that I could not walk.
He was
Sounded like a
shuffling.
robot walking. I felt like I had that extra. I should have weighed when I got home just to see what I did weigh. Whew.
Well, I will say that most everyone there was all bundled up. We were ready to
Yep.
rock and roll,
We were,
which we did.
and as cold as it was, and for all you guys, we are wimps here. Lee's a wimp. I'm a wimp. Robbie's a wimp. Because a couple of years ago, he's not a wimp. He's
Yes, he is, because he wants a heat index all the time. Wimp.
well, that's just because he loves the heat. But up there in the stands where it's cold, at times. But we bought some seats, some stadium
Mhm.
things that fit on the bleachers and all
Yep,
that sort of good
stadium
stuff. But ours
seats,
got
right.
batteries in them.
Yes.
Why do they got batteries
Yes,
in
they
them?
do.
Because it's got the bottom that you sit on is heated if you push
And
the
the
button,
back,
and the
yeah.
back if you push the other button is heated.
Spoiled.
So we're wimps,
And we have hot chocolate.
and we have hot chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
which is so good. When it
Heated
gets cold.
seats.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the way we do things.
That's the way we rock.
One last thing I'd like to comment about our Cardinal fans. There were the last 3 weeks, there were 50-50s.
Yep.
Yes.
The first two were
Yes.
for the swim team. The second one for this last game was for the wrestling team. I'm not going to go over the amount of money that was raised. All I can say is this. The Cardinal fans that won the 50-50s, and it was
Yes.
a good chunk of change,
Mhm.
Yeah, buddy.
donated it all back except the cost of the ticket.
Right.
And that is class.
Yes,
That
it
is
is
all the way
class.
through.
Class.
Well,
Class, so-
we're Cardinals. I mean,
Well, we've got 249 days now to get our new gear for next season.
there you
so-
go. Well, I don't need too much new gear, but I'm working on a couple of things. So
Me too.
let's take a look at the marine forecast. By the way, if you were at the game, if you were listening to the game, or if you want to go back and look at things, and let us know what you think about it. And think about the Cardinals this past year. What can we do next year as fans? I mean, don't worry about what the Cardinals, the team can do, because that's going to be taken care
Yeah.
of. We got the professionals out there to handle that part. But what are we going to do to make it even better for them and for us and for Jacksonville and for Onslow County? What can we do to make it better? Think about it a little bit. So over the coming days, weeks, months, whatever, 910-333-0139. Lee, our sergeant at arms and secretary, she'll keep notes of it, what we should be doing as fans for next year. Looking at the marine forecast, a gale warning was going into effect this afternoon, y'all. If you're going fishing, you don't have a whole lot of time before the gale warning kicks in. It will last into tonight. Offshore today, northeasterly winds 20 to 25 knots, becoming northerly 25 to 30 this afternoon, hence the gale warning. Gusts up to 35 knots, hence duck. Seas 5 to 7 feet, except 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds and rivers rough, becoming very rough during the afternoon. Tuesday, northerly winds 15 to 20, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6, except 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds 15 to 20, becoming southwesterly 20 to 25 with gusts to 30 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet near shore. Seas 2 to 3, building to 3 to 5 in the afternoon. On Wednesday, sounds and rivers
Wow.
choppy, increasing to rough in the afternoon. And you want to know what I say rough, like I say it, roll the R's? Because there's one young lady out there in the audience who likes it.
Okay. Yes, Kelly. Get your coffee, Kelly. Today, rain.
Napoleon. Say thank you.
Today, rain mainly afternoon. High near 46, north wind 6 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 23. Chance of precipitation is 80%. Tonight, listen closely. A chance of rain and snow before 8 p.m. Then a slight chance of rain between 8 and 10. Cloudy with a low around 26. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 46. And Wednesday, sunny with a high near 59. Heat wave.
Now,
Heat wave.
that first thing you said, rain, what now?
Tonight,
No, early in the first element.
rain mainly afternoon.
What did you think of when she got to rain? Mainly, did you think Oklahoma? on the plains. Mainly on the plains. There's a song about that.
Oklahoma. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I
song.
do too.
That was from the musical Oklahoma.
That was what I was referring to.
Well, at least we're not having to deal with earthquakes.
Well,
Did you hear about the earthquake in Alaska this weekend?
Another one.
Wow.
That's what I knew about.
Wow.
I actually worked
7.0.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Shake, rattle, and roll.
I picked up before you hit our weather checkers the snow parts of.
It'll be more of a snow shower. Right?
Yeah, I think Greenville may pick up an inch today of snow, but no, Onslow County, we're not closing.
Well, it shows it just coming into Onslow County right there towards Duplin and Onslow, but they're saying you chance of snow showers for us.
It has to. Has to get a passport signed by me to come.
No accumulation expected. So.
Yeah, my hams this morning up bright and early. Well, up early. It was not bright. It's still not bright, and it is cloudy. Was cloudy. Remains cloudy. Going to be cloudy. That's your weather forecast. Randy out there in the Southwest sitting on his golf cart this morning. God, he hates me for that. His golf cart this morning, and his dog Boomer had a birthday yesterday.
Happy
and got a birthday
Boomer.
cake. How about that? Winds out there in Southwest, not much in the way of winds. Had 38 degrees, 99% humidity, nothing in the rain gauge at the time. Joe down in DeBurrow, he's walking around DeBurrow. He says, don't go over to Emerald Isle during the wintertime like this because everything is closed down. You can't get any coffee at the pier, I guess, or whatever. So he had 40 degrees in the Burrow, light wind and no rain. Dale and Carol, that's a husband and wife team. Both of them are ham radio operators. They checked in independently of each other this morning. They both had, ironically, 38 degrees, 99% humidity, light wind, and nothing on the rain gauge. Lee, the other Lee out there in the back swamp area, he had 36 degrees at the time, 100% humidity. East-northeasterly winds, 7 miles per hour, and nothing in the rain gauge. And Ward, Cedar Point, across the creek over there inside Carteret County, some people call it, which is in a new congressional district now. I'm going to stay that way, I guess, until Monday. Ward, Cedar Point had 42 degrees, northeasterly wind, very light, nothing in the rain gauge. Ken over in Onslow Bay, that's off Rocky Run Road, had 42 degrees, 90% humidity. And Lee over in the Woodland, 37 degrees, 97% humidity, southwesterly winds at about 4 miles per hour. Nothing in the rain gauge here at the studio. At that time, it was 35. It is now 36 degrees, 99% humidity. East-northeasterly winds at 6 miles per hour. Nothing in the rain gauge.
If I may, 2 big events coming up this weekend.
Yes.
On Saturday morning, 9 o'clock.
Big event.
Onslow Memorial Cemetery on 258 will be the first ever Wreaths Across America wreath laying ceremony. It is military oriented. We have Onslow County Commissioner Board Chairman Tim Foster will be the guest speaker.
Yep.
We have the Camp Lejeune Junior ROTC Honor Guard is going to be there.
Yep.
We have a retired Marine who's going to be singing the national anthem. And then we're going to be laying over 1,000 wreaths at the veterans grave sites there. That's at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Then later that day is the Richlands Christmas Parade at nighttime.
Nighttime Christmas parade. It's the cool parade in the county. It's a really cool thing because you can decorate your floats, your cars.
Too late to sign up?
You can decorate your nose. You can decorate your noses if you want to with red bulbs on them. It doesn't matter. Bring some hot chocolate.
And you can, as we will be with Crime Stoppers, you can toss out candy. What I love about this parade, the people are in their yards. They've got little fires and everything.
The widest street you're going to be on is a 2-lane road.
Yeah.
So the people will be right there. You don't have to toss very far.
And how it is so wonderful to drive through there and hear these words. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. That's what you hear. So, and then same Saturday at the Onslow County or Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. They're having their wreath laying ceremony there. A little different this year than it's been in all the years past, and that is from 9 to 10 families can go and lay their wreaths, and then the ceremony for the rest of the cemetery is
two different events on Saturday for the
At the
wreath
same
laying.
time?
No.
So
No, you start yours
Well,
at 9.
well, we start ours at 9.
That's the whole ceremony.
That's the
Right.
whole ceremony. That's the official ceremony for the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. That's their call, but
What they do is their ceremony is at noon,
at noon.
but
Yeah,
the
but-
families can go out at 9:00 to do their
But if you putting a family sponsored wreath on a particular
Yes.
grave, that's from 9 to 10.
From 9 to 10, so there's
So
no
if
ceremony.
we go do that, then we got to boot scoot over to yours
You
and
can boot
hope to
scoot.
make it.
Yeah, or you can boot scoot to ours because
Boot scoot.
ours starts at 9:00. We'll be start probably laying wreaths at 9:20,
Mhm.
and that still gives you time. But I think for the family, I don't really know what Coastal Carolina State Veterans Committee is doing, but they chose 9 to 10 to do families instead of what has been in the past. So.
Yeah, and you would be fully forgiven if you don't have a family member at Onslow and you do at Coastal.
Mhm.
You know, do this Coastal thing. That's what
Right.
that's what it's all about for you. You know, is you're the family of. So
Yeah.
do it,
Sure.
and you're the family of at Onslow Memorial. Do it.
Yeah.
Go there at 9:00. So
Yeah.
either way, you know,
Well,
you don't have to do both. There's nothing mandatory.
No.
about that.
And to give you an example, Dad, God rest his soul, he's over at the Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. I can't be two places.
Correct.
You know, so one of my brothers, probably John, will lay it over at, and I'll go visit Dad later on that day.
And the one in Oslo, I'm assuming, is not going to last all day long.
Oh, no. We should be done by 10:15.
Probably the latest, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Over the past months, y'all probably seeing a lot of screaming and hollering over the weekend if you paid any attention to any news. Over the past months, after the Trump administration declared a real war on drug trafficking, not just a
Mhm.
war in words only, a war of words means absolutely zero. We know that. War of words is about as effective as a domestic violence piece of paper to stop a bad guy. Okay? It doesn't work. He ordered the U.S. military, after he declared a real war on drug trafficking, he's ordered the U.S. military to assist the Coast Guard because the Coast Guard has primary in dealing with drug interdiction, but they can request assistance from any military that they want to or any other law enforcement that they want to. So he's ordered the U.S. military to assist the Coast Guard in putting a stop to those fast drug boats coming from various ports all over South America. A lot of them are in Venezuela. Good. These boats are loaded with tons of cocaine. They had 98 of them they interdicted on one occasion, 98 drug boats on one mission. They couldn't get everybody, but they got most. These boats are headed for wholesale dealers here in the United States. They're headed for the equivalent of pimps in the drug world. That's all they are. They're scum. At least 22 strikes so far that we know about on those boats have resulted in at least 86 traffickers making their final trips and joining Davy Jones. They're dead. The military does not chase down bad people and arrest them. That's not their job. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works in war. If they don't stop, they get shot. Dead. As the good sheriff down there in Florida tells them, dead. We shoot you till you're dead. Liberal loonies within the Democrat Party have soft spots in their heads for drug traffickers. They've got soft spots in their heads. They have no hearts, so they got soft spots in their heads. Anybody that has any feelings for drug traffickers, they have no hearts. Why? You ever seen any of those liberal loonies, even one of them, shedding a tear or offering a solution to stop the drugs that are killing more than 100,000 Americans every freaking year? Why are they so concerned that we have successfully stopped 86 people from running dope to the United States that kills men, women, and yep, little children? Those who die number literally more than 100,000. They're not the only poor souls. Not everyone who doesn't die is whole. Do you understand what I'm saying? Their brains many times are fried. They become of little or no use to society. And in fact, they cost their families and taxpayers millions of dollars. Think about the wasted lives. Think about the families who are destroyed. Do the liberals care? Do they get up and march and scream and holler and carry on like they do when they get out there and want to scream and holler about Trump and this Trump administrations and the military going after drug dealing killers? Until they have a better solution, please let those who know what they are doing, let them know who they are and that they're doing their good work. We need to let them know. Best thing you can do is to approve the purchase of more ammunition for them. If you want to get involved and you're up there screaming and holler, buy them a box of bullets or something. It's been proven that when words don't work, and I think most of us are tired of wasting our time, breath, and money, let lead do the talking. If we can sink those boats, every one of those 86 people that we have successfully eliminated, we've killed. They're dead. They are not going to be trafficking any more dope. Now, here's the other thing, that when something like that occurs, little Jose down there in Venezuela is going to say, yeah, I don't want to drive that boat. There's a lot of them going to say, yeah, no.
Nope, not today.
Not me. You give that ball to somebody else. I don't want the ball.
I think the waiting list of volunteers to drive those boats has dramatically dropped.
Yeah.
And I saw some of the comments from some of the Democrats this weekend about Pete Headset. He came out and just said, look, we are going to continue to do this as long as they're going to continue to try to bring these killing mechanisms, drugs, into our country. We're going to stop them, period. So you can do all the investigations, have all the hearings you want to have. But the bottom line is President Trump said, you're not bringing that garbage into this country.
You know what?
Period.
We, during World War II and in other events as well, we have, from time to time, we've splattered communities with little leaflets and flyers and stuff. I don't know what it is in Spanish. I don't know what it is in Portuguese, because at least one of those countries down yonder speaks Portuguese. We need just a little 4-word thing: heave to or die. If you are on a boat loaded with drugs and you're running it towards the United States and you get the word, if you see a helicopter, if you hear one, you won't hear them, by the way. If you have not, there are boats out there, you can see them. If you do not heave to and just put your hands up, you need to carry a white flag on your boat. So the minute you see us, you better be raising that white flag and killing your engines and putting your hands on top of your head. If you don't, you are going to die. It's as simple as that. Do you not understand?
Yeah.
Spanish, Portuguese, or English?
The only thing white on those boats is the cocaine.
Yeah, and it's wrapped up in black bags, generally with tape around them. It floats, by the way, you idiots. That stuff does not sink.
Yeah. 910-333-0139. Be interesting to see what our listeners, whether they're Republican, Democrat, liberal, independent, what they think
But
about
you're
this.
killing people, you're killing people, you're killing innocent people. They're not innocent.
Those drugs are killing people too.
Thank you, Lee. Good call.
If I can stop them from killing 100,000 Americans, 86 people going to meet their maker is fine with me. That's cheap. That's the cost of doing business for the death. Whatever.
The effects that drugs have leads to other crimes. I think it's been proven.
Oh, like burglary? Your home, your insurance for your home, it's not because of the storms. That's for the flood insurance and for the wind and hail. But your insurance for your home is because of burglaries and fires.
And fires.
More because
Hurricanes.
of burglaries, because more people are impacted. How many people have had a fire? Not nearly as many people as have had burglaries. There are regular reports every week of homes that are broken into. What do you think they're breaking into them for? They're looking for your drugs, if you've got any legal drugs I'm talking about, or they're looking to get you guns or any money or jewelry that they can get their hands on so they can sell it or exchange it for dope. Across the street, Mike Loop. I got the address.
Oh, yes.
I got personal there. They got my gun. They didn't keep it too long, but they got my gun. And what were they doing with it? Along with mine and a bunch of others that they had broken into vehicles and other places to get, they were swapping it out for dope. That was a dope house. If you are in a neighborhood, here goes Crime Stoppers, y'all. You want some money. You want to make money. Christmas is coming on strong here. You want to make some money. You want to make some legal money.
Oh, yeah.
Look around your neighborhood. Take a look at some house that stands out like a sore thumb in a nice neighborhood. Okay? Take a look at that thing. Watch the comings and going. Take your camera out there and go clickety, click, click, click. Get some license plate numbers. Get some whatever. And then you do Crime Stoppers and you let the people know that, hey, this is a place here. This is what's going on. Where can I send the pictures to? They will love you for it. They will never call you.
No.
No. You won't. They won't know who you are. They won't call you. But you call Crime Stoppers, and they will direct you on how to deal with this whole thing. And then they will they will give you a code number. They will write it down against all the information you got. That your name is never asked. If you want to volunteer it, that's okay. I wouldn't, but you can. Well, I probably would, but you know me. Stand out there with a flag and say, "Doper, guess who did it? Me." And then, but notify the people, and then there's a reward coming to you once they make arrest. When it goes before the board, and Crime Stoppers has a board of directors, right?
Yes, sir.
You got a bunch of people sit around there and say, "Yeah, this BR 549, this guy right here, he gave us a tip that led to the arrest of 7 people and the recovery of 12 handguns, a shotgun, and a bunch of other dope and money. Oh yeah, he needs a reward."
When we meet monthly, we usually get about 10 tips read to us,
Really?
from law enforcement, and the tips that they're reading to us are tips that have led to arrest,
Right.
And that's when the board, makes decisions on the value of it, and it has helped so many times, and gosh,
Including a murder case.
including that murder case.
An infamous murder case here. It led to that.
And we're going to be celebrating on Thursday with our annual luncheon to recognize law enforcement, BLET, and things
Wonderful.
like that.
BLET is basic law enforcement training.
Right.
Yep, and recognizing a couple of the students of that. But it's just it's so easy. It's scary that it's so easy. As Lee, you see something, you call it in, they give you a number, your case comes up. If it leads to something, you drive through Marine Federal Credit Union, you give them your number, they give you cash. Boom, you're gone. Bye bye.
Would you go out there and do something so I can?
Yeah, I mean,
It's Christmas money.
I could do with a couple of $100,000, but I'm sure that's a little bit much for you. But I can spread this around. There are 100 counties in North Carolina.
Yeah.
If I can look through the pages in there, I've got it. Who suggested doing this was my wife, not to collect rewards. She said you and 3 or 4 of the more experienced individual, older coots is what she was saying. That's not exactly what she called us. I mean, y'all got a passion. Why don't you get all of y'all together and go pick out these cases that are problem that they can't spend. They spend as much time as they can, but every cold case takes a lot of time.
Sure does.
And the problem with working you've got all these new cases that pop up every day. Now, The easiest ones to solve are those that are the freshest.
Yes.
When they get, the colder they get, the more difficult they are, the more time consuming, the more people who are tougher to talk with. And as time goes by, things get colder and colder. When they are still smelling, when they still got the stink attached to them, that's when it's easier to track them down.
Yep.
So that's why police put a lot of attention and really jump on a case as quickly as they can. Okay, but she suggested that for us to get together a bunch of half dozen or so old coots. That could be it. The old, what was it? The over the hill gang that they used to have would be the old coots gang, and just go look at some of these things. I personally would rather be a vigilante and then go look for these guys. But she says I can't do that. Okay,
She wants no.
Darn it,
Robbie wants you around.
no, she doesn't want to read about it because she would know who it was. And then she would turn me into Crime Stoppers.
Did you hear about the stabbing on the light rail in the Queen City Friday? Charlotte got hit with another light rail stabbing, and the suspect was identified as a previously deported illegal immigrant.
If they kicked him out once, how did he get back in?
Yeah, he was previously deported. Oscar Solorzano, 33, was arrested in connection with the stabbing and is charged with attempted first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon with serious injury, breaking and entering a motor vehicle, carrying a concealed weapon, and intoxicated disruptive behavior. And bond was not set due to the fact that he was an illegal immigrant who was previously deported, according to a release order filed in Mecklenburg County.
Well, I'll tell you
We
what.
should have known.
You need to grab him now while they got him and just take him from their jail, take a court order, and go in there and get him.
Yes. That was Charlotte.
I've never wanted the feds to take prisoners away from the locals when they have them. But if the locals are not going to do anything, as they have shown in Mecklenburg and other counties like that, just go snatch them.
When police got the call and they arrived, they found the victim identified as Kenyon Kareem Shamar Doby with a stab wound according to the warrants, and he's in stable condition. Prior to the attack, warrants alleged that Solorzano broke into a railroad car with the intent to commit the felony while carrying a large fixed blade knife. Ooh, well, it's interesting. I'd like to know about the other guy. Was he illegal too?
Oh, I don't know. Just because he got their name. I don't know. Who knows?
Interesting. But I don't think I'll be riding the Charlotte rail anytime.
You wouldn't have anyway, but that's beside the point.
Not unless I was in Charlotte for
I wasn't in
something.
Charlotte. I don't know.
But anytime I've been in Charlotte, I've had my vehicle.
But our son Jordan lives in Raleigh. He takes a train now to Charlotte. He said it's a lot nicer.
Oh, yeah, good for him. We'll carry a gun. Everybody else does. I mean, the bad guys do. Let me tell you what. You can't tell me I should not carry a gun when you allow the bad guys to get on here with a gun and a knife.
Yep. Well, yeah.
When you show me that you have stopped everybody else, and I won't have to carry mine.
I'm not sure if they have metal detectors on trains.
He said he was booted from the country by the Trump administration in March 2018 on a deportation order and re-entered illegally during the Biden administration at the Texas border in March 2021.
Thank you, Uncle Joe. Sleepy Joe. Wake up. Wake up.
He was deported a second time by the Biden administration and re-entered illegally as they got away at an unknown time and location. Well, okay. Didn't do very good deporting them that second time, did they?
Again, when you're deported to me, you stop by the tattoo parlor. They have set up right there on the border. That ICE is set up. And you get a tattoo of a bullseye and you put it right in the forehead. If that is seen again in this country, any person, civilian or law enforcement, can start shooting. How's that?
Court today. Well,
that would be my process. It worked for those that we declared outlaws in North Carolina when the governor was presented a case dating back into the 70s at least, and prior to that, way back when, an old outlaw statute was in effect. Did you know that? You know what the outlaw statute said? If a case is presented to the governor that a person is such a heinous individual that him being at large poses a threat to North Carolinians, then he will be declared an outlaw. And any person can shoot him on sight without provocation and without any punishment. You don't have to, he can surrender and you can shoot him. You know how many times it was used? None. You know why?
Yeah.
The last one that I recall, which I followed the case, was, I forgot who the guy was, but anyway, he surrendered. As soon as he found out he was an outlaw, he says, I would have rather had the police dealing with me than to have a bunch of other guys out there with guns. He kind of sounded like that Japanese prime minister, didn't he? Remember that dude? Said the only reason we did not invade the United States, the mainland, is because every blade of grass in America has got an American hide with a gun. Jesus. Police arrested a 31-year-old man Sunday at a London airport following a robbery in which 21 people, including a 3-year-old child, were pepper sprayed and required medical treatment. That morning incident, they call it an incident, happened at Heathrow Airport's parking garage when a group of 4 men stole a woman's suitcase in an elevator and sprayed an irritant at her. It's called pepper spray, y'all. The woman was robbed of her suitcase by the group of 4, sprayed the pepper in her face, according to the commander. The passengers in the elevator and surrounding area were also affected. Oh, yeah, that stuff doesn't have just one victim. It's everybody in the neighborhood. The men fled the elevator. They appeared to be 3 young men dressed in all black with their heads covered, according to the Associated Press. It's interesting here, the photograph that they have here for the unarmed bobbies and the police there in California without guns, and they carry a stick to control stuff. If you take a look at his picture, there are 3 guys there. 2 of them, I can't see the other one, but you would expect. 2 of them are obviously armed with handguns and fully automatic weapons.
Oh my goodness.
That's the police.
Whew.
They're not all unarmed. That time of unarmed police has come and gone for England. Yes, the bobbies are not carrying guns, the standard beat guys. Not yet. I think that will change. Video captured a swarm of cops rushing the scene, carrying large firearms. They went through the multi-story parking garage. This isn't a parking garage at an elevator. What? Talk about a captive audience of victims. Take the stairs. You're better off.
One of our listeners, Ricky.
I was just going
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to tell you to do
What
it.
does Ricky got to say?
Ricky's wound up. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, he's wound up about, I guess, the lack of prosecution of the people who were responsible for letting in this case, Ricky's speaking of the Somalians that were let into the country. I think the task force is right now working in an area. I don't recall the city that has a large Somalian population.
Why? You want to know why?
But going after those people that in that administration that allowed it to happen, other than the person at the top, which is he can't be tried for anything because he's not mentally capable of it.
He wants to know when the president's going to start prosecuting all involved in bringing all the Somalian population along with others as well to our country and turning them loose on America.
That's up to the Attorney General if it's a federal case, and Attorney General and the U.S. attorneys that are assigned to do that. And then we've got, but when you look at the real case here, you got to understand there are a whole lot of federal judges out there who were appointed by extremely liberal presidents. Biden and Obama are 2 of the most recent ones. So we got a whole lot of judges who And they weren't appointed because they're conservative, law-abiding, hardcore judicial individuals. Obama should have known better. He has a law degree, right?
Okay, sure.
I don't know. He's got one, so he knows better. Biden, he never knew better. He's from La La Land, and this is nothing recent with him.
No.
He's just gotten worse. But and I cannot blame him. It's a mental state that he's got right now going for him. So I'm not blasting him for we can't go after him, like you say. He wouldn't know whether he was in court or at the ice cream parlor.
Well, I think
Poor Biden.
when I look at attorneys and I look at some of the cases, high profile cases that are going on now, you have that individual who shot the United Healthcare CEO.
Yeah.
And if one is to watch on television, and that's one of the things that the defense team is saying, this information should not be divulged out to the public, because if it goes to court, and even though it's been told it's going to be suppressed that he wasn't read his rights before they found the thousands of dollars, the foreign cash, the tickets, the thumb drives, the gun that he used, and things like that people are going to already make their judgment that he's guilty. My big problem, besides these judges, are the people that are cheering on somebody who has done something like this.
It costs all a lot of money when they do that. When people like this are running around, they're getting rich and we're getting poorer.
Maybe Ricky and the three of us are the only ones that have these concerns or worries, because
We're the only 4 that are awake.
that's true.
910-333-0139. I'm not talking about awake as in awake. I'm talking about awake as in being awake this morning, because it would be a great morning to sleep in.
Oh, it would have been.
Well, it would have been, and I'm sure people are out there listening because they're making posts and stuff. And if you're uncomfortable calling, we won't use your name, but express your views. That's what the program is all about. But that case, because they went back to it again last night, and he looks very smug about the whole thing. That I believe, in his mind, he's going to get away with it because,
of course, he's going to get away with it. He's rich.
He wasn't read his rights. Now nobody knows whether he was read his rights except the law enforcement that was there.
This is what we've heard. Do we know it for a fact? I do not know.
No,
we don't know.
He's probably said, "I didn't understand my rights. I wasn't read my rights. It doesn't record. Wasn't read." And if that's the case, shame on us for not doing it. Every rookie cop out there carries a copy of the Miranda warning, and you know why you see them saying exactly the same thing? Or let me read you your rights. You'll hear it on body cams.
Mm-hmm.
They take it out of their wallet or ID case. We all had the same one, identical ones. That's the first thing we
And you go to court and they say, did you use Miranda rights? And did you do it by memory? Or no, you pulled the card out and said, no, I read this card.
Did you provide this man his constitutional rights, his Miranda warning, his Miranda rights? And yes, sir, Your Honor, I did. Or judge or a lawyer or whatever. I did. What did you say? And I said, not a problem. Ding, and you read it. It's not as stringent as the American criminal, the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, not Criminal Liberties Union. But the ACLU at one time, they were really down on that. You vary with the word, and they say, you didn't read it exactly this way. Well, could you have changed other words? If you did it from memory, could you have changed some other words?
Well,
and therefore, here are your cards, officers. Read them. So that pretty well shut that mess down hopefully for the most part. Now, if these guys, nobody advises dude of his rights before they ask him questions, it doesn't matter. You can search without giving him his rights. I can arrest you without ever asking you a question and asking you anything but your name. I can ask you your name. I can do the minor things. If it's a traffic stop, I can ask you for your driver's license. Well, if you don't give it to me, I can arrest you for it.
Right.
It's as simple as that. I don't have to ask you any questions that will be used to incriminate you. That's the key phrase. Will not ask you anything that I will use in court against you. I can go to your house with a search warrant. If you're not home, guess what I can do? I can search your house by reading a copy of that search warrant and posting it at your house. Guess what you get when you get home? Hey, we were here. We got your stuff. Come see us. Or words to that effect. Done it many a times. That's a standard procedure. But you don't have to advise a person of their constitutional rights until you start asking them questions that would incriminate them in a crime. Now, if it's just general questions, and I'm going to talk to you about a crime that's down here, and Lee may be the suspect in it, I can ask you about this and this and this, and suddenly you say, well,
Tell my secrets.
really wasn't Lee, it was me. Whoops, I'll stop asking you questions, then turn around, but I can use what you said.
Right.
You volunteered it, and you were not a subject of my interview. Generally, by the time you get down to interviewing too many people about the same crime, you would go ahead and Mirandize everybody just in case.
Well, I want to know one thing going back to Crime Stoppers.
Yes, ma'am.
If I can find the owner of Chase's head,
Who's
the Paw Patrol character.
What?
Did you read Keeping Up with the Big Story with the Onslow County Sheriff's Office, where one of the deputies found the head to that Paw Patrol character called Chase?
Oh,
Big head in the road. They have had so much fun with that. But it's the mascot is currently on the department's hood, and anyone with any information can contact the Onslow County Sheriff's Office. And I just want to know that if I go out there and find the owner of the misplaced head, can I call Crime Stoppers and get her some Christmas money?
You're gonna find
Somebody's going to be arrested,
you're gonna find the owner of the head,
Mm-hmm.
but not who took it.
but not.
Well, maybe it was the result of a theft.
You mean like the skirt from the Crime Stopper vehicle?
Somebody's wearing that skirt.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was
Was it Victoria's Secret skirt?
No, it was not.
it's an oversized Paw Patrol character's head called Chase, and it was found in the road by this deputy.
Was it wearing a skirt?
And no, it was bodiless. But they're still looking for the owner, wanted owner.
Oh, well, it all depends if it leads to an arrest of someone who took the head off the body. There's other parts to the body, right?
We don't know. It
Here's
could be
one of the
missing.
deputies wearing it on his head, standing under by the sheriff's office car.
He's going to regret that, isn't he?
You know, it had to be leftovers from the Christmas parade, or maybe the parade for
The Veterans Day Parade?
one of these other. Well, it was found bouncing in the road. The deputy found. He was like, "What is that? It's bouncing in the road." And he pulled up, and there it was.
You know,
I bet that's been so much fun.
I had years ago, I was diving down in Bon Air and had a picture taken of me wearing a Santa hat. So I could use it on my Christmas card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Took it. And that's cool. That was a guy, I just gave it to my buddy. I think it was Larry. I had him shoot a picture of me. And I used it for a Christmas card. That was fun. But as I was getting my camera back, this hat is up here.
Mm-hmm.
And as I exhaled, air comes out, the bubbles come out here. Well, those bubbles went up, and we're in like 80 feet of water or whatever it was. The bubbles come out and they go underneath this hat. And of course, it heads for the surface up there. I'm not going up there and to get my hat and then have to stow it. And, it's $3 hat, right? I bought it, took it all. Can you imagine somebody in Bon Air? I kept waiting to read on their weekly news stuff that they do when I got home. We found Santa's hat. Wouldn't that have been funny for somebody to find that washed up in Bon Air, of all places?
Poor
Anyway,
Santa.
whatever.
Well, he gets everywhere.
He does.
Yeah.
I saw him at the ball game the other night. one of his helpers.
Saw Santa and saw
He
the
was
Grinch.
I knew it was
Saw
not
the
real
Grinch,
Santa because he
too.
was skinny as a rail.
Yeah, the Grinch was Santa
Grinch.
needed to put some weight, but the Grinch looked like he had a lot of weight.
He had some insulation.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
910, somebody better help us out this morning, or we're going to continue talking. 910-333-0139. Let's see, we got Stephanie, we've got Kathy, and we got Jennifer. Where's Kyle? Kyle? Theo, where have you been hiding? What has happened to Theo? And I guess Timmy's out driving a truck somewhere. Maybe he's worried.
Mhm.
I bet he knows where that body is.
I want to know where Mike 23's been.
Mike 23.
I'm going to have to call that number I have for him and find out
Where's
if
Mike
he's
34?
okay. He used to
4-5.
call quite a bit, and he's just kind of gone incognito. I'll just make sure he's okay.
Might be like Frank over there in Carteret County one time used to call in on a regular basis and carrying on a lot of stuff. He called me one morning and said, I won't be calling you for a while. Why not, Frank? I didn't know anything about Frank. And he said, well, I'm on my way. I said, on your way where? He said, well, I got to turn myself in. The parole guys caught me.
Uh-oh.
And they violated me, and I got 6 months to serve. I said, Frank, when they give you one phone call, give us a call.
That'd be the call to come get him.
Yeah, I know.
But speaking of Carteret County, I was looking and I noticed how many names are in the race now for the new district. I don't know if it's a new. Do we call it a new
You're talking
district
about
now?
Carteret
It's
County,
what we call
yeah, it's in
district.
District
The
1,
yeah.
yes.
So do we call it a new district?
No, it's the
Yes.
same district. But
It's District 1 now.
It's been moved around, some of
Right,
it.
right.
Some of it's
And-
gone, some of it's got some new stuff.
There is, what is it? At least half a dozen people have filed for it.
Yeah, I've just been kind of waiting to get a list of the people. And, you have till December 19th at noon time to go
Mhm.
file, Chris, if you want to go
Yeah.
file for county
I don't live
commissioner
there.
or board of
I
education.
don't live there.
And let me see. No, here in Onslow.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere
Got
here.
until the 19th. Y'all, was it noon? Normally noon.
Noon on December 19th.
Okay, guys, if
Filing
you have a
closes.
strong desire to run for Onslow County Board of Commissioners, Onslow County School Board, the Sheriff of Onslow County, I'm not sure who else is up this year.
You better leave our sheriff alone.
Well, you could file, but
I'm going to go take your name back out if you do.
Well, so how many seats? I know it's not all the commissioners are up.
no, it's
Three
seats, I
commissioner
think, this time.
seats, and I believe there's 3 board of education.
Who is it? We've got who's up for? County commissioners.
I'd like
Foster, I
Lisa
think.
Carpenter,
Carpenter.
Royce Bennett,
And Foster.
and Tim Foster.
Okay.
Tim
Those-
and Royce have signed up for reelection. Not sure what Lisa's going to do yet.
Okay. Lisa Carpenter, if anybody knows if she's planning to file for reelection, give us a call. We'd like to hear from her.
Yeah.
And for the school board, I'm not sure who's up.
Well, I know
Angie. I think
Angie Todd's seat.
She has
Bill
refiled.
Lanier's seat. He's already filed for
Yeah.
reelection. So has Angie. And I don't know who the third person. I'd like to get a list of what's open, and I've been going on the website and haven't seen it yet. And for anyone that's interested and needs work, also on the Onslow County government website, there is a listing for a position with the Board of Elections for director. Director
Right.
of the Board of Elections.
And the directors, there's a listing. You mean there's an opening?
There's an job opening for the director for the Board of Elections.
And that's somebody that has to be selected and approved by the,
The board there,
and they have they have 5 members.
5 members,
3 of them are Republicans and 2 of them are Democrats. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay. So, the reason for that is because the makeup of the county as far as
That's right.
who's in office.
Right.
But this is a county job. It's
this
not,
is a county
it's not
job.
an elected
The-
position.
Board of Elections director's job is up for anyone who wants to put in a,
And the reason for that is because the previous director was terminated.
Yes,
not by Onslow County,
by the board.
but by the board itself.
Right. We do not know why. We just know that something occurred and the board voted 3-2 to dismiss him.
Mhm.
And there was supposed to be an appeal with the state board of elections. Do not know anything at all what happened.
Yeah, but normally they put out news
Right.
releases, and I've been watching every one of them that they issued that I got,
Right.
and I saw nothing mentioned about Onslow County.
But we do know now that the job is up.
Mhm.
So anyone who thinks you can handle dealing with the Board of Elections and all the elections and all the drama that comes
And
with it.
you will not imagine how tough that position is.
Oh, yes.
You catch it from both sides,
So
Democrats and
tough.
Republicans, equally, if not a little bit lopsided from time to time. And you're going to get it from the media. You're going to get it from every registered voter and everyone who wants to register to vote, and everyone when they come time to file a complaint because they weren't able to vote. Guess where the buck stops? Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that happened in Carteret County.
Well, I
that-
think
where
what's
they-
going to happen there is there's going to be another race.
Yeah.
They're gonna run it again.
Oh,
Unless
run it
the
into
state
ground.
board of elections says, nope, it is what it is. I know Lee Stiles filed a countersuit to what Jerry Jones had filed, but now Lee's dropped that and just said, let's run again. Let's do it again. So I don't know what's going to happen there yet.
So
I don't
that's
know what the state has said.
That is for the mayor's.
The mayor,
Okay,
because
and
Lee
that
Stiles won it by
that was
one.
like a one vote.
Yes.
Whatever.
But see, in their charter in the town of Moorhead,
Mhm.
their charter says whoever wins by majority, and he won by majority. But then now the current mayor is countering that, saying, well, I knew a couple people that came to me and said that they tried to vote and they weren't given a provisional ballot, blah, blah, blah.
See, that's one of the things. If
Mhm.
if somebody was turned away and was not allowed to vote, but could have voted,
The problem is
Then there's
proving
a
it. So
problem.
we'll see what happens.
he said, she said, always tough to prove.
That's right. Exactly.
You know, whether how if under oath that these two people who
Mhm.
they've named, if they under oath will say it, then it is a fact, unless somebody can show that it's not true. It's
I,
like in a court of law.
I
Yeah,
think I
well-
saw
Who's going to
Video.
dispute what they? I mean, who's going to? If you went up there and said, "Well, I did this and I did that," and you swear it under oath, how do I know you're actually telling the
Because
truth?
you did it under oath.
Doesn't
and that
mean
is,
it's
and that
a-
is what the system accepts.
You can't prove perjury. Can't prove otherwise.
Oh, that perjury has been proved many times.
No, I'm saying in this instance right there, if that person cannot remember who they talked to, and there's no clerks in there that said we don't remember this person, where's the
Well,
proof?
You know, what about if it was you and you walked in and they turned you away?
I'd be getting names and fingerprints.
Yes, I know. But you're not the normal person. You're,
I can tell you who the lady was that disputed my driver's
You're
license. the
anybody
last
but
time I
normal. Okay,
went. She's like, your hair
That was-
color's different.
that was a negative thing. Well, lady, I'm talking about it's a woman. Your hair color is different every other day,
I
not
know,
yours.
yeah, no. Well, that's what I
hers
told her. I
and-
said, isn't that what women do?
But yeah, pretty
Because
much.
I went in there as blonde and my driver's license, I have black hair on my driver's license.
If you'd kept blonde on your hair and
Excuse me.
Blondes have more fun. Looking at the marine forecast, a gale
So they
warning
say.
will go into effect this afternoon and last into the evening.
You have to see it.
Northeasterly winds 20 to 25 knots, becoming northerly 25 to 30 this afternoon. Gusts up to 35, seas 5 to 7, 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds and rivers rough, becoming very rough during the afternoon. Tomorrow, northerly winds 15 to 20, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 4 to 6 footers, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds 15 to 20, becoming southwesterly 20 to 25, gust to 30 in the afternoon. 4 to 6 footers near shore, seas 2 to 3, building to 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers choppy, increasing to rough in the afternoon.
Today, afternoon showers with a high near 46, north wind 6 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 23. Tonight, a chance of rain and snow before 8 p.m. Then a slight chance of rain between 8 and 10. Cloudy with a low around 26. North wind 9 to 11 with gusts as high as 17. Little or no snow accumulation expected.
Good.
Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 46, and Wednesday, sunny with a high near 59.
38 degrees here at the studio right now, about 40 degrees in other parts of the county and away from where we are. 96% humidity. Heat index, 38 degrees.
Thank you.
It's cold. And winds right now out of the northeast, east-northeast at about 2 miles per hour. And barometric pressure looks like it's about hanging in there, not moving much either way. No rainfall in the last 24 hours. 71 degrees here in the studio. Humidity is 39% in the studio. Inside the studio.
At Ricky, yes, I remember Larry very well. Larry Logston. He was an employee of the Postal Service. Ricky just asked that question. Yes, I remember Larry well. He was a hoot.
New York's mayor-elect.
Ricky's afraid to call.
Yeah, why don't you call Ricky?
Ricky, well, because Ricky said,
Yeah,
you're going to have the button ready.
The bleep button.
The bleep button.
Why?
Oh, yeah, ask Ricky. I don't know.
Ricky, we've got a new device here, Ricky, that it anticipates what you're going to say. And that little electric probe that's attached to your telephone that we have attached to all phones that call here that you put up to your ear, it goes zing if you're getting ready to say something bad. New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani yesterday, he put out a video outlining New Yorkers' rights during encounters with immigration and customs. Your right is to turn around, put your hands against the wall, and do exactly what we tell you to do. If they're approaching you or any other law enforcement officer, they will tell you what to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. Unless they're doing something illegal, you have to do it. Enforcement after an attempted raid in Manhattan, pledging that his administration will safeguard immigrant communities while protecting the city's constitutional right to protest. You can protest, but if you're an illegal alien, you can be arrested. Not for protesting, but being an illegal alien. Okay? I'm still trying to understand when you're an illegal alien, you're not in this country legally. Mm-hmm. Why I have a right, a legal requirement to inform you of your legal constitutional rights. Don't those rights apply to citizens of this United States?
I believe
legal residents, legal people in this United States. If you are here illegally, why do I have to advise you of anything?
Well, my thought just off the top of my head, immigrant communities. New York, everybody knows it's a boiling pot. So you have Italians,
always
Polish, but they're legal immigrants.
There's nothing. We are mostly here. All of us are legal immigrants,
yes. Unless you're Native American,
offspring of illegal immigrants, of legal immigrants.
I'm an immigrant. I'm from Italian.
Yeah, Italiano. Mm-hmm. You speak any Italian?
A little bit. Kyrie eleison.
Same to you.
Christe
I know
eleison.
Italian, pizza and spaghetti.
Is either one of those Italian? I know French fries are not French.
I don't know, but
I know.
You think Italian, you go for pizza or spaghetti.
I think of Italian, I go to Lazara.
That's what is floating through my mind right now. Lazara's.
When you mentioned that, I just say, this would be a good day to sit in front of a fireplace this evening while the snow's not coming down.
And Robert wants to know if you've run your fireplace yet.
Not yet.
I haven't. I need to get mine ready.
The problem with it is that stupid temperature goes up and down, up and down. Tomorrow it'd be 71 degrees, and I've just run a fire, and it's like it just makes it a little bit nasty.
Is it really going to be 71 tomorrow?
No.
Oh, okay.
But some point in time,
Okay.
We know how many Christmas Eves have you spent when the temperature's in the 70s?
Quite a few.
A lot.
Had to
Quite a
open
few.
windows while we were cooking
Yeah.
because it got hot in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phew, yes. Oh, that reminds me, I have this stove that I got probably 6 months ago. It's a fancy stove. It connects to the internet, though I've not
Oh,
connected
goody.
it because I don't really need that.
Mine's-
Yeah, I mean, you could sit there in the living room and punch it and it'll start oven. But it's got the self-cleaning feature on it.
Most do, whether
I
they have the
know,
internet or
but-
not.
Oh, I'm not talking with a Brillo pad. I'm talking
No,
about,
no.
But I was reading it, and because I had never used it before, and I was reading it, and it says it heats up to 800
Yeah.
to 900 degrees Fahrenheit in that
Everything
stove.
becomes ash.
And so I thought, okay, this kind of scares me though, because it says don't touch anything, because it'll burn you. So, I hit it only for 2 hours. You can hit it for 2, 3, or 5. And which I had very little scum stuff in there or whatever. So I hit it for 2 hours and I sat there in the kitchen watching, and I kept going up and feeding filling the cabinets and the counter. I really expected 800 to 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
It stays inside the oven.
I know, but I was worried.
I'd like to see the recipe of what you're cooking that needs 800 degrees.
What if it heated up the side of the counter and the counter just busted out in flames? I mean, I made sure I had my fire extinguisher close by, and I sat there in the kitchen watching. I was like, it really scared me.
Do you know where your breaker is for that particular stuff?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay,
Everything
just
is
keep an eye
marked.
where you can,
Yes,
Look it
everything
up.
is marked, but it was just, I had never,
because the door's locked. You
the
cannot
door's
open it
locked,
up.
right? You'll
Which
have
is
to
a
go
good
over and
thing.
stop it, but if it's on fire, you're not going to go over there.
Again, I'm curious what you're going to cook. So I'll throw this to Rayford. What's the temperature that when you're frying a turkey, what's the oil temperature get up to?
350,
350.
370, something like that.
So
Well, I'm just,
I
I
can
cook it at 350, but
Right.
I had
But
very little.
800 degrees Fahrenheit.
well,
Can you
let's look
imagine?
at it this way now. For the
You could cremate somebody
rib.
in your oven.
for the prime rib, I was
did they
thinking that
go?
too. They make them as large size. For the prime rib, now the way
Oh,
that I do
God.
the prime rib, there is some people will cook it at the very beginning at really high temperatures, 500 degrees.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, for 5 minutes or whatever. They sear the outside edge. Well, I did that. I'd done that for years. Okay, it's okay. It's good. But then I read this one guy said, no. You cook it until it's the way you want it in the center,
Mm.
rare,
Right. Oh, yeah.
and that's the way I do it. I cook it until it's rare. Then I crank that sucker up to 500 degrees. And then I sear only the outside edge because the inside does not have time to cook.
Right.
When you cook it as low a temperature as you can, and then you crank that sucker up to 800 degrees if you had it. No,
You know-
500 degrees is. Now there are pizzas that cook at 500 or 600 or 700 degrees. Some of those pizza ovens, as I understand, they may cook pretty high,
hmm
but they're not in there very long.
Well, I know what to do now when I want to get rid of somebody. So, gosh, but that
Sharks are
was-
cheaper. Electricity is expensive.
but
And then you got to clean that up too. Then you got to put it on there again.
that's like I told you Friday about the case I've been watching, the Brian
Oh, God,
Walsh
here we
murder
go.
case.
Oh,
that
Brian.
man? Good God.
Now he claimed I did not kill her. She died. She died in her sleep, but I got scared.
Mhm.
But they're showing the saw blade that he used. They're showing the knife and the pliers and the pinchers or whatever that he used. And then Friday they talked about all the internet searches that he did. How long till a body starts smelling? How to cut through the bone? How to dismember? Blah blah blah. How to get rid? I mean, no, I didn't kill her. I just chopped her up. Now, really seriously, he killed her.
I don't know.
But
it,
he's
I
going-
would obviously suspect it.
But he's already pled guilty to misleading the police and dismembering and disposal of a body,
Mhm.
but he didn't kill her. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, we had the case out here on Gum Branch Road a few years ago
Yeah.
where the guy was run over.
Eh?
Guy was hit by a car,
Okay.
and then another car comes along and runs over him. Who's charged with the death?
I would think the first person that hit him and took
They
off.
both can be charged if the second person actually did the killing. If the guy was still
It's
alive,
Jennifer calling.
if the guy's still alive
Well,
after he gets hit by the car and he's knocked out, but he's still alive, the other guy comes along and is also maybe impaired or whatever and runs over
sure,
the guy
yeah.
and
I
then
would
runs
have to
over.
say-
He can be charged, but the guy who ran over him in the first place, he contributed to the act of this guy dying. In other words, he didn't die when I threw him off the bridge, but when he landed in the water, he drowned.
Well, I would say it would all involve the circumstances on it
So
all.
I mean, is how picky those lawyers will get at some point in time. And speaking of picky, good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Jennifer.
Never
Dad.
picky, not a day in my life.
You've never been a nitpicker.
But not picky.
You've never been a
Nah,
nitpicker. You
not
never
bad.
nitpick. Yeah.
Not bad. I deny it in the court of law.
See?
I heard my name invoked this morning. So I
Oh,
thought
it
I would
wasn't in vain.
call in, and I was going to comment on Chris's remark about the Richlands Christmas parade and hearing
Yeah.
everybody say Merry Christmas.
Yes, ma'am.
We here it's a huge thing, the downtown, and they really I know this is originally my hometown, but I got to give kudos to them because they really do it up. And Rayford, your pictures are coming. I was waiting until they got the Christmas tree lit for the across, but everything up here now. Yeah, they might like Saturday was the big hoo-ha with the Christmas tree light and everything. But all of the advertisements they had, there's some things they might call jingle and mingle, and that's for like the shops downtown.
Ooh,
But
jingle and mingle.
everything that you see is Christmas in the parks, the Christmas tree lighting, the Christmas parade. I mean, everything is that, and it's very refreshing for people, for the whole town not to really care. And
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's, yeah, they've got, well, it's the holiday market it was going on at the farmer's market Saturday, and they called it the holiday market because that was, you know, people selling crafts and stuff like that.
Did they have Santa Claus stuff or reindeer there?
I don't know that we had Santa Claus at Hometown Cottage where I'm a vendor. We had Santa Claus that morning.
That's Christmas.
But I mean, there was the parade was beautiful. The parade was that night. It's the first time I've been to the Christmas parade up here, and so after we left Hometown Cottage for the jingle and mingle, we stayed for the Christmas parade, and it was honestly, I mean, there were food trucks. They had the road blocked off, had the Christmas tree light and the fake snow, the whole nine, everything lit up so pretty. But as I say, you go by and you see the signage, and there's two parks downtown, and you can buy, they're live, you buy a Christmas tree. It's businesses, you know, dentists, lawyers, different organizations, Kiwanis, whoever. But you purchase a tree, I think they're like $200 a piece. And I don't remember exactly which organization the money goes to, but they fill up both of these parks with these Christmas trees. And there's power to them, and you decorate them and lights and everything. And then the community votes on which is the best one. But there again, it's called Christmas in the Park. It doesn't say holiday trees or anything like that. So it's very refreshing.
That's good.
And I hope y'all don't get any snow. We're getting snow all around us, but not here in
Wow.
Kingsport. We're just getting rain.
Oh, you're blessed.
We live too close. We live too close to Eastman. They call it being in the Eastman bubble. There'll be snow all around us, but right here, Eastman's huge. I don't know if you know what Eastman is or not, but
Nope.
Eastman is Tennessee. Eastman. It's I think it's like 900 acres. It's huge. It's a chemical company, and it used to be Eastman Kodak. It used to be Kodak, but the global headquarters for Eastman is here in Kingsport. And it's when you drive by at night. I brought Terry's mama up here with me one time to see my dad, and we came in. The first time we came in, it was dark when we got here. And when I came down off of the interstate and then went up the bypass, she went, "So this is the town?" And I said, "No, darling, that's Eastman." And at nighttime, it looks like a whole city. I mean, they've got their own stuff over there. It's big. You can Google it. It's quite the monstrosity. But anywho, they say that we live too close. That a lot of times we don't get snow because they call it the Eastman bubble because the plant's so big. But
maybe someone will burst that bubble for you, Jennifer. And you can get
we'll get snow. We got snow last year. We'll get it. I'm just saying, we're Kingsport's in the valley, so there'll be snow all around us. There'll be snow everywhere, and Kingsport will get it kind of last. But anywho, I just wanted to call in and say that, and sorry about your Cardinals, but they don't have anything to be ashamed or disappointed or upset about because they did phenomenal to get as far as they did.
Absolutely.
They sure did.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, y'all have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Jennifer.
And there was a lot of talk and speculation about, I just want to go back to the game being on Saturday night when all the other classes 1 through 5 played the Thursday night before.
Yep.
And the one story that I heard had to do with transportation. But they got the transportation on Saturday. It's football's a mind game between coaches.
Yes, it is. And among people like us.
Yeah.
Well, among players too, they wear the same socks.
Oh,
I mean, they're like fishermen. They are superstitious. Whatever. If we were left, we sit on the same spot on the bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, if we get there and somebody's in my chair, Norm is just going to come out in me. Get out.
Nobody's going to sit in your chair. They know. Well, we get there early enough to clean the chairs.
We were the only persons up there in the beginning.
Well, I do the same thing. When Dallas Cowboys are on TV, I wear the exact same outfit. And then when they lose, I throw it in the washing machine and wash the loss off.
That too.
Well, I did share that story that Chris Miller wrote with the Jacksonville Daily News. And it's titled "Brotherhood of a Team Close-Knit Jacksonville Comes Up Short in the Regional Final." It's a heartwarming story. It did make me tear up because I tear up easy. But talk about how the players, the community, everyone has become a close-knit family this year. That's just what amazes me. But it's a good story.
Yeah. And by the way, for those, there are some folks who have asked me, and they did again Saturday night. Is it okay if we share your pictures and stuff? Sure. Absolutely. Right. I did not put any copyright signals on here. I did not do anything about it. Those are my photos. You may use them if you start making money off them for you can't print posters with them. You can't do that. You can share all of the stuff that's on there. You guys do it. Go for it. Right. Have fun with it. I love it. Share is all you want. Everything.
Well, make sure you hit the like and follow button for us.
Well, yeah, I would love you to hit the like button. All of you guys in there's a whole bunch of people. Oh my goodness gracious. Please do
we're about
that.
To hit another 100, and Yeah, please hit that like and follow button for us.
Yeah.
But back to Jennifer's comment, and the reason I said I like the fact that Richland still says Merry Christmas is there are a lot of towns now that will not use that phrase.
I know.
They use holiday parades, holiday tree lighting,
Well, that's what
whatever.
it used to
But-
be here, holiday parade.
Well, it used to be Christmas, and
Mhm.
then it got away from Christmas to the holiday parade.
I thought
Uh,
it went back. Did
I
it go
was just
back?
looking at it. I just looked and
It's a
it's
Christmas
mixed.
parade.
It's mixed, but
Right.
it all depends, I guess, who it's written by. But and I could see a little bit of it because it's happening before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But that's just been tradition here in Jacksonville.
It's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with Thanksgiving. This the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas parade that happens before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They
It's
do that.
Do you think that they change it to holiday clauses out there at Sam's or Lowe's or wherever they put up Christmas stuff
Oh my gosh.
in July or wherever they put it up? No.
Well, they call it Christmas in July. A lot of the
There are a lot of
sales, yeah.
places that do it.
Well, having the Christmas parade before Thanksgiving kicks off the shopping
Yeah.
season. I think you said too, would rather see the Christmas parade in December
Mhm.
and maybe the first weekend in December, like most of the other towns do it. But I mean, I
You
have
really
no
don't want to
problem.
compete with a lot of other places too. Like the first event was the flotilla.
But, yeah, I was just committed.
They can
uh,
move it.
And well, no, why it's been that way forever and ever and ever. And they did it because
That's
they
at
didn't want to
night.
compete with their other
Right.
folks.
Yeah.
And it was kind of set up. So why, if you've gone to all that trouble to make sure you didn't compete with anybody else, why would you move it? You don't want to compete with the other flotillas
I
up and down the
personally
coast.
would like to see it in December, closer, to that. I understand why they do it when they do it. It's always been that way. No problem. And the flotillas at night, the parades in the morning. And I'm sure that everyone could adjust to it. But
So,
me personally, I'd rather see it maybe the first weekend in December.
how about
You
the
just-
other flotillas like at Swansboro and
That's not
Moorhead?
our
And
problem.
Swansboro is in Onslow County too.
They do their own thing regardless.
Yeah, I know, but try not to compete with them because they're
Sorry, Mayor.
no. Here, there are people throughout Onslow County that will enter their boats. They got boats. They go wherever.
Mhm.
They can enter in Swansboro. They can enter in
But those are at
Jacksonville.
night.
Yeah, that's why I said they want to keep them in the same time frame so they
With-
don't compete with each
yeah.
other. The flotillas, that is.
Right.
That just wouldn't be fair. Swansboro's flotilla doesn't want to compete with Jacksonville or Moorhead.
All right, let's take a poll. All right, everybody. Would you
That-
like to
she-
see it
There's
Before
that poll thing
Thanksgiving?
again. She just wants to get up. And,
or after Thanksgiving? When would you like to see the Christmas parade? I understand why they do it when they do it. I mean, it opens up the big shopping season. I don't have a problem with that. I just personally would like to see it closer.
it is the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, I know. They do what they do. We have a wonderful Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, we
here.
do.
And Lorette does a great job as the director. So,
Well, I could give her some suggestions.
oh my gosh.
Hey, Lorette. No, it's a great chamber, and they got members, and they cater to what their members want as well. And
Right.
obviously, the parade works very well because look at the attendance, look at the
Oh my
place,
goodness,
look-
yeah.
Well, it's been,
What
always been
happens?
that way.
And so, yeah, people come out, they turn out for it. Now, if we could get y'all to come out for the Veterans
Oh,
Parade,
that to me is more important than anything.
well,
but
we need to get them for everything.
Maybe-
Christmas is important, veterans are important. We just need to get her done.
maybe we need to start the promoting the Veterans Parade like we did everything else. We'll start tomorrow. Start promoting the Veterans Parade. Let's get the
Well,
people out.
I think this year's Veterans Parade was a little different because of the shutdown. So
Yes,
that
it was a
prevented
bit of an
a lot
issue.
thing that-
It was a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Right.
But even before that, it is, and I think, Jacksonville being a military town, we should be tops in everything.
Where was
When it
all
has
the
to-
yellow ribbons this year? Where was all the green lights this year? We always do that during November. What happened?
Someone has to take charge of it. That may be the thing.
It's
Is
probably
that
Lorette calling you.
looking for your suggestions?
Good morning. You're live and local. Can we help you?
Hello, Rayford. Good morning,
How are you?
Lee and Chris.
Good morning.
What's going on, Kathy?
This is Kathy,
That's what I said.
and I heard you call my name.
I always call your name. Yeah, just call in and say how you doing, what's going on. And first of all, would you prefer that the Christmas parade here in Jacksonville be as it is now before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving?
Day before.
The day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, there you go.
That would be a Wednesday.
She meant
Yeah.
The
leave it
Saturday,
like
the
it-
Saturday before.
Leave
Christmas.
it like it is.
Leave
right?
it alone, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Right.
Good.
Well,
Right.
Kathy and her parents are there every year.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
are.
They're always waving at us.
They are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They certainly
They bring the whole clan out there.
Yes, they
Everybody.
Oh
do.
yeah. And the Veterans Day parade.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
both.
Yes,
Yeah.
we see you.
yeah. And I wait for a tree. Chris.
Yes. Yeah. We see you.
She's taking
Yeah.
time. Yeah, she takes time from her fishing to kind of
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy.
The way it was like
And
yes, go ahead.
and let you know, my son is coming home from Utah.
Oh,
He's coming home
nice.
from Christmas, and my youngest daughter coming home from Brevard, North Carolina. They both coming home for Christmas.
Oh,
That's
nice.
wonderful.
Unless it snows
So-
and they
so
can't get
happy.
out.
Stop, Raver.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, they'll be good. They'll be here.
Yeah, because Brandon he's flying, so I hope he'll be here okay.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Yes, yes, he'll be great.
Don't wait till Christmas Eve to do it.
Yeah, he's doing on the 19th.
It gives you a week
Very
almost.
good. Yes.
So that'd be good. All right.
Yeah,
Well, that's good, Kathy. I know you're looking forward to it.
yeah, and you have a beautiful day.
You too,
You too,
Kathy.
Kathy.
It's warm. It's cold outside.
Yes, it is.
Ma'am, it
Thank you.
is.
Hey,
Thank you
parents,
for
hey.
calling.
Bye bye.
You're
Have a blessed
welcome.
day.
Have a beautiful day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That's a great family.
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about we had another little event on Friday night.
Yeah.
I had to think back of what events were when they were actually occurring.
Everything got
I've
twisted.
been totally confused. So anyway, Friday night we had what was going to be a competing event for
Yes.
you and me, which turned out to be okay because they at 2:00 or something Friday.
I know. I just
What day was it? Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
well, I put it on our team thing and nobody reacted. So I thought, call him Ray for
Yeah,
them.
because I was getting in the car to go do some things,
Yes.
and as Robbie probably told you, I screamed for the meeting
Yes,
that
yes.
the game was postponed
You did.
until Saturday. That meant we got to stay at the Christmas party that we had,
Right.
the Oslo Amateur Radio Club had,
Mm-hmm.
and that was well done.
Mhm.
You got Lee,
Mhm.
and you were assisting Carol.
Yes, I was.
and
My
taking care
pleasure.
of that. And so our secretary is Carol Town, amateur radio operator. So she was taking care of that, and you volunteered to help her. Good thing. Thank you for doing that, and she
It was my
thanks
pleasure.
you for doing that as well.
I've been a part of throwing so many huge events,
Mhm.
last minute events, big events for, U.S. senators, congressmen, Laura Trump, you get a 24-hour notice,
Yep.
so, and it takes a team, and I wanted to jump in and help,
Yeah,
and
well, thank you
it
for
went
that.
very well.
Thank you for that. And they did extremely well. They came up with a bunch of
Mhm.
door prizes this year, and we all got a ticket when we entered the place. And as luck would have it,
Oh, dirty Santa.
then there was a dirty Santa. Those of us who wanted to
Dirty
contribute,
Santa.
yeah, they stole your stuff, didn't they?
Well, let me see. What did I win?
You won
What-
a radio to begin with.
Oh yeah, no, nobody wanted it though. I think they were afraid to ask me for it.
Yeah, they were.
But we had one young lady.
They don't ask. Dirty Santa, you steal.
Yeah, dirty Santa. See, what is the very first person goes up and picks a gift,
Right. Yeah.
and you unwrap it and everybody sees it. So the number 2 person
Can take it
Or
from you.
three.
can
or
take
four,
it,
or
and it
five.
goes
Oh,
all
yeah.
the way. It was 16 people, so there
Yeah.
were 16 chances. Well, I got to one young lady's turn, and I could tell she really, really wanted that radio. So I went over and offered it to her. I said, "No, really, I have 2 more at home that I'm not even using. Well, 3 more at home that I'm not even using yet." And I said, "Please take it." And so I ended up giving it to her. And then I ended up taking from her husband a part that goes, it's a radio thing, a part, which I ended up swapping with Rayford to get his knife set. He got one of those knives that has
Everything you do.
everything on a screwdriver, pop a top, everything. You know, I said, I'd rather have
It's
that.
better than the Swiss Army knife.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So, yeah, there was a lot of, but it was funny because, you know, I saw this. What I really wanted was these 2 cups, these 2
Oh, yeah.
thermoses, you know, that they were really nice. And a young boy won them. And I'm going like, I really
got you.
want those.
Oh, this was cool.
He
She was
said,
going to go steal his stuff.
but he says, but I want to give it to my mother for
He
Christmas.
went down and
And
was
I'm like,
playing and doing one of those routines. And
Again at the
I
house.
couldn't
There's
do it.
no way.
I couldn't. I was like,
You know,
nope, there's
you do
no
know
way.
that he sold those for $10 outside.
Yeah, probably. But
I'm
look,
kidding. I'm kidding.
I wasn't
He's
going to
a
be
good
the
kid.
person to break that child's heart. And I was like, no,
Oh,
Uh-uh.
no.
no.
Hell,
But it was fun.
I would have
Salty.
beaten you down for that one. No, he was that kid. He wanted those. That was his Christmas gift.
Yes, it was. He
God,
said,
I
I'm
hope
going to
she's
give
not
this to my
listening.
mama. And I thought, oh, that is so. He goes, no, really, I want it. I give it to mom. And I was like, keep it. I'm not taking it. No, I'm going to be the Grinch.
You would have been chunked out of there, wouldn't you?
I probably would have been thrown out by his grandfather. But what's crazy is the gift that I actually picked was one that his grandfather had brought in. So
Rayford's knife.
no, it was a radio.
Yeah.
It was a small handheld. I already have 2 small handheld, and then I have 2 more big ones that I have not put up.
Yeah, this and then
Anyway.
the door prize time came. That's where everybody that's
Yeah.
there, you got a chance to.
I
you know,
won
whatever.
nothing.
And the first
Nothing.
thing that was called was me. Was
Yeah.
for the first prize,
Uh-huh.
and I got 2 of these. This is the world's smallest amateur radio. If y'all got it's 2 meter and 70 centimeters, and it's unlocked for some other channels as well. It does
Sounds good.
220. I'll tell you what, this is a small pocket full of some stuff here. There's a thing called repeaters. This little 5-watt radio was hitting the repeater in the little Washington area, right outside the big repeater that's up there. I can talk using this, hitting that 70 miles away from here to that, and then it repeats and goes everywhere.
Wow.
Although I can talk to people at the state line and going north from here on this little radio. Times have changed since 1961. Let me tell you that.
I know, and it's just amazing.
It was a great party. Food was
Yeah,
good.
The food was
Billy
good.
Sewell, thank you, Billy.
Thank you,
again.
Billy.
Golden Corral catered it. They do such good job.
Oh, you know what? I ended up finishing off the chicken last night.
I did.
I had a piece
I did a piece of
Saturday
chicken.
night and a piece last night.
I did a piece yesterday morning for breakfast.
And I still have a couple of the rolls left. Yeah, but I had brought bags for people, Ziploc bags, so you could take leftovers home.
People took whatever was there.
And I took a couple pieces of chicken and some of those yeast rolls.
Now, for you guys to do, if you're interested, have any desires whatsoever, if you want to enter or think about entering the world of amateur radio, they call it amateur radio, and I will tell you, there are a lot of people in there in these organizations that are everything from bank tellers to radio announcers to people who work for the city of Jacksonville. There was a deputy here. There are deputies in other areas, police officers in other areas that I talk to from time to time, from all walks of life, old, young, our 14-year-old little darling,
Yeah.
Zoe.
She's coming in soon.
Little Zoe come in over the Christmas holidays. We got to talk to her.
That's my girl.
It's a family event too. You got Zoe, her brother is a ham,
Mhm.
her mama is a ham, and her
Right.
daddy's a
Right.
ham. There are 4 of them in that family. And she got one sister that apparently is not interested. Whatever. It's okay. 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. But it's a lot of it's a fun hobby, if you want to call it only a hobby. And you've heard one of the new guys in here, Chris, has been on. He's just
Yes.
having a blast.
I know. Every hour.
And
Every
he's-
hour
he's
is coming.
into
I'm
that.
monitoring.
Which is
nobody's
great.
answering.
And what they talk about
Right.
everything, what they got going on in their lives. Everybody else can listen, so it's just a fun thing. It's like
It is a fun
it's a
thing.
giant party line.
And I will tell you that the Christmas get together Friday night was like one huge family
It was.
event. It was very
Mhm.
nice. I really enjoy the
People that you
people that
never
I have
see,
met.
almost never see.
Make me laugh.
Yeah.
They're just, and I know they all thought I was off my rocker
Well, you are.
Friday night. They were like, as you know, me, my little remarks under my breath, but they were like, what?
Now, the other thing about this amateur radio organization or the whole thing here, there's like 750,000 of us in the United States. Believe it or not, there's 500 licensed hams in Onslow County.
And I'm one of the
Wow.
Now,
few.
they're amateur radio operators, but when the stuff hits the fan, when the system gets shut down, as we did a year ago and up in the mountains, when that little storm came up there and really
When
shut
Lee
down.
was up there.
Yep. When it shut down comms, if
Mhm.
Lee had ham radio at that time, she would not have been out of touch.
Mhm.
Cell
It was-
phones don't work. Things
was
don't work. The city
MIA.
dies. The electricity goes out. The amateur radio operators all over go take to the airways. Only those in the affected area are manning certain frequencies,
Mhm.
but others can get into them if they need to offer help or get help or send some help. We had hams from here, lift from here, and went up to the mountains to operate comms and to do other things while they were up there. They did physical work as well.
Right.
During the parades here, the Christmas parade and the Veterans Parade,
Yeah.
we
Saw
had
you out
hams
there.
up and down the entire blocks,
All that.
all
Yeah.
over, just in case something happened. You needed to
I was at
chat
the
with
bus
somebody
stop.
else. If there had been a collision at that bus stop, imagine a float coming apart there or something. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But
Lee was
just in case,
No offers.
just in case there's an issue on a parade route, a kid sprains his ankle.
Right.
Well,
right.
who are you going to call? Well, you can get your phone and go out and start, or you can just talk to the nearest ham that will stay there with child and wait for EMS to get there, because they got direct communications with the headquarters
Right,
there
right.
at the police department or the sheriff's office or the emergency operations center, whichever one's in control. So hurricanes, natural disasters of other sort, fires, anytime you need traffic control, lost people. There have been many times over the years where hams will mount and be in areas to provide communications for search parties.
Well,
But sometimes when you get in the swamps, you can't get out with a cell phone.
Yeah.
I know it's you're on a mountain
town.
and there's a hurricane because OnStar did not work. So
It wasn't in place up there for a while.
there was no communication.
Mhm.
And all you ladies out there, you need to help me out, because in the United States, there's approximately 15% of amateur radio operators are women.
Now,
15.
If you really want to make contact,
help.
if you really want to make a lot of contacts,
Right.
Lee, when you get to get ready to get up your class of license and get into the world of working what we call DX or foreign
Mhm.
countries and whatever, when all these big pileups start and the female voice that comes through, whoever's listening, whoever's working on the other end,
Mhm.
the YL out there, that means young lady, or the XYL,
Mhm.
generally a married woman, they will put out, hey, that XYL, the YL is calling. Everybody else stand by. Go ahead. You get priority every time.
Yeah.
Mobile stations get the next priority because they love to talk to mobile operators. 'Cause we're challenged with lack of antennas and
Right.
stuff like that on a vehicle. Not the same thing as having a big array at the house. So, you know, those are the kinds of things that people get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So,
World is
ladies,
changing.
if you want to do it, there's a class that starts in February, I think, in Maysville. There are online classes available. Lee did the online class.
I tell you, you get up with me, and I'll tell you the easiest place to get it
Yep.
from.
Yep.
So
So if you
it
want
was
to do that,
fantastic. Yeah.
and every month, the first Saturday in the month at 9 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
we meet. The Onslow Amateur Radio Club meets, and we invite visitors. Want to come by, see what it's all about, chat. Come on by. We meet at the EOC headquarters. That's where the big, tall, 400-foot tower is. I almost call it the stick because that's what radio people refer to
Mhm.
tall antennas as. The big stick is over there in the commons. Just drive to the big stick and then find a place to park.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
That's enough plug for the amateurs today. Tomorrow, we have a blank up there on the
We
assignment
do.
board.
We have 2 people that we talked to last week about this week. So I was waiting because I feel like they're more important. The 2 that we talked to about coming on the show this week.
Mhm.
So I wanted to get them scheduled before I brought in anyone else because I didn't want them to get bumped.
Okay. Now we've got some. We've got some people who are filing for office. And
Yes.
we got one young lady. I really want to get her in here because I know her daddy pretty well, and I know her too.
Whitney. I talked to
We
her.
need to have
yes.
Whitney in here, and
Mhm.
and for you other folks who are running for election or re-election, once you make your intentions known,
Right.
and we know you're a legitimate candidate, please just call
Gonna
Lee and
be
let's set up a time to have you
interesting.
come
Yeah, call
in.
me.
You know, you get a free time first
Yeah.
go round. You get free time
Mhm.
to come in here and chat.
Right.
And if you're interested, you can buy a schedule, an advertising schedule to go with
Yeah,
us too,
I've
because
gotta get a
we're
hold of-
inexpensive.
I got to get a hold of
And
Michael
you-
Watley today.
And you get a whole lot of coverage. I'm not sure. It's like the photos.
Mm-hmm.
We get up to 35, 40,000 hits when I post those pictures. And you are on our Facebook pages as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And as a result of some of this, we're giving some thought to offering some advertising to a very select number of individuals for Facebook. We're not going to overload, bombard, or crowd our pages because we got other things to do. But we're going to be looking at that, and we got a couple of features that we're going to offer for sale. The marine forecast, for instance,
Yep.
For you folks who have any interest in it, and it doesn't have to be a marine dealer. Cars, trucks, anything that fishermen they need that kind of stuff too. Boats, of course, but supplies doesn't matter. Insurance, boat insurance. What a thing to offer for marine forecast sponsorship of. Duh. Okay, that's what we got. Give us a call. Call Lee. She's a lady with a plan.
I give you a good deal.
She'll give you a good deal.
Better than anywhere else.
I'm going to say more effective than anywhere else. And
That's true.
That's true.
Very true.
I'm going to be very nice today, but I'm working up to trying to stay nice this week. But I'm afraid that the naughty side of my tie is getting ready to come out. When you see it one morning, y'all need to be like, you may want to move to the other side of the room.
You better bring donuts that morning,
Because
Curtis. Bring
I've
donuts.
seen them up.
I've got something that's really got under my craw Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, I know what it is.
And I have bit my tongue except internally till it's bleeding, and now I'm mad.
Okay.
I don't blame you because there's no reason for
There's
any
an
of it.
individual
Yes.
that I cannot refer to as a gentleman ever again. And I've been very nice over the past year or so,
Yes.
mostly by ignoring his stupidity.
It could have gone bad.
But his stupidity has come out now. It's become
Right.
public.
Right.
Okay.
And it's got personal.
Mm-hmm.
Our Father who art in heaven. You're live and local Real Talk. where we're always awake,
Never.
never woke, and sometimes not even nice. Most of the time, they're always nice, not me.
Yeah.
See you
True.
tomorrow morning.
Have a blessed
Bye.
day.